And here we are in the laundry room with Mr. Neil Butterfield. Hello Neil.
Hello Ram.
How are things looking for today?
Very good mate, all set up, ready to go. Hopefully 3 points, push to the playoffs.
And I heard during the week there was an emergency.
Yeah, my washing machine bearings went, so I only had one washing machine.
And the boys that are playing yellow for a home game.
Yeah, I don't mind that if you get 3 points at the end of it.
Right, we'd like to ask you a few questions, Neil. Being a main player at the club, doing so much, putting so much time into it, a lot of it voluntary, and now and again the club decide to sort of give you a little treat for your time.
Yeah.
In your time here at the club, how and when did you first become the kit man?
It was the season we got promoted to the Ryman Premier. I was supporting for a few weeks, and then I helped Les out in pre-season, do a couple of games. And then Les rang me, said I can't do it anymore. I need to be in the boardroom, so would you like to do it? So I took responsibility and here I am there today.
You haven't looked forward since?
No, I haven't looked back either. So,
now, you being a kit man, what actually is entailed in being a kit man? People just think teams finish their game of football, they throw their kit somewhere, you collect them, put them in the washing machine, wash them. Is it as easy as that?
not really, no. You have to make sure the dressing room's cleaned up before you go, like for home games. You have to make sure the kit's prepared properly in advance. You also have to soak kit if it's white especially. So it entails about a day and a half's worth of work to get prepared for a game.
Wow. And of course people don't see that on the outside, do they?
No, and then obviously training, you know, have to get balls pumped up ready, training gear ready.
Training gear ready as well. So the players have got their own training kits, what they take home with?
No, here, some players leave it here in the corner, that I wash, and some people take it home.
So the players turn up for training, they've got their training kit, they wear it obviously for training, then you've got to wash that as well for them?
Yeah, I do 5 or 6 players, and obviously the gaffer.
Okay. Hope they look after you for this.
Some do. Some are a pain in the arse.
Yeah.
But they're good lads, so it's all worth it.
Now, we've just spoken about what you do for home games. What would be the normal routine? Give us a routine for a Saturday away game and a midweek away game.
Right, if it's Saturday away game, Thursday night, I'd come in while they're training, pack up the kit, which would entail about 5 bags, pump up balls ready for Saturday, water bottles, cones, bibs, and then Saturday morning I'd come in, put it all in my car, go to the away ground, set up, and then the boys do their stuff, bring back 3 points, and then I wash the kit ready for Tuesday.
Now, when you go to away games, you don't travel with a team. You travel.
No, I drive. For the simple reason is it's nice for the boys when they turn up. They're all laid out professionally, ready for them to put on to go.
So your own wear and tear on the car as well.
Yep.
Yeah. You're a hero, Neil. You're one of the club's heroes. If we just go through your history as a supporter, you didn't just become an Enfield Town supporter. You were also involved with Enfield.
That's
as well,
right.
wasn't you?
Yeah.
What was your first recollections of being an Enfield supporter?
Well, I started seeing my dad after a few years without seeing him in 95-96 season, and my first game was Hayes at home when we drew 1-1, and it was probably the worst game I've ever seen. And then probably the biggest games I probably look at that I enjoyed was probably when we played Peterborough at home, York at home in the Cups, and the biggest one that stands to mind is probably beating Chesterfield away in the FA Cup and getting Preston.
All right, you've answered quite a few of my next questions there, but that's fine. And but as an Enfield Town supporter, what's the biggest game you remember, the most memorable and biggest games?
The most memorable game for me, I think, has to be the Grays game in the semi-final at the playoffs in the Ryman North, because I think it had everything as a game, being in the lead, coming back, Grays coming back and drawing. Then we were down to 9 men with Jordan's injury and a red card, and then winning on penalties. I think that would have been a great final to have had, sort of in the playoffs.
Yeah. And also you've come across many Enfield players. Who's your Enfield FC hero and also Enfield Town hero?
My Enfield hero would have to be Big Andy Pape in goal. And my Enfield Town would probably have to be, I suppose because he's probably my best mate here as well, would be Jordan Lockie.
Okay. And moving on, At the start of Enfield Town Football Club, I mean, we formed in 2001. Did you have any involvement then?
No, I was just a supporter then. I always said that until we had our own ground, I'd limit what I do, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, and as a club, there's quite a few heroes. Going around doing these interviews, I'm actually coming across extremely, massively inspiring people who put their own voluntary time and efforts in. But who would you have the most respect for in our organisation?
To be fair, I think anyone that gives their time and effort to this club deserves respect as much as anyone. Myself, you two, you and Muzzy, Dave and Jill, Dave Hicks, Eric, Jack. I think everyone deserves praise in their own right, They all do it at their own time, and no one has to do that. So I think everyone deserves 100% credit for doing what they do here.